Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Between Knits and Purls. I'm one of your co-hosts. My name is Stephanie and I'm coming from the bluegrass state of Kentucky. I can be found on Instagram and Ravelry as farmsteadknits.
You're great.
I'm trying.
I know, right? Well, hi everybody. It's early in the morning here in Alaska. My name is Emily and you all know me as Andersmillknits on Instagram and Ravelry. And yeah, like I already said, it's coming from Alaska. It's kind of cold and gloomy. So lots of lights on today.
I wonder if people know that we have a 5-hour time difference between the two of us.
Yeah, and it's a challenge because we've got to work with your schedule with the kiddos and my ridiculous schedule with meetings and stuff. So yeah, we're recording at 7:30 in the morning. So
and it's 11:30 my time. So there you go.
Yeah. I felt so bad because last night I had something I really wanted to text you, and I think it was either 10:30 or 11 my time. And I was just like, if I don't text you this, I'm gonna forget. So, and
see, I'm the same way because if I don't text you, it's like 3:30 in the morning, but I'll forget. So I do it anyway. It's just what we do.
Yeah, exactly. Because
know you're a good friend when you get a 3 in the morning time.
Exactly. But I also get so many emails from work at that time too. So I just turned on the whole do not disturb, as in nobody. So I don't hear a peep until my alarm goes off.
And you just get up and then there's a friendly text message.
Exactly. All right, so Steph, I need to call attention to the elephant in the room. There's 2 elephants in the room. Yeah. The first one though is your voice, but the second one is this. So,
I'm not quite sure who's more excited, you or me.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could show them this around the wedding dress like I did you, because guys. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm getting too far ahead. All right, okay. Stephanie, tell the story.
So I had not really a premonition. I was in the know that Emily was going to be engaged at a certain time. Her now fiance and I had kind of worked on maybe looking at some rings and what Emily might like and all these fun things. So I kind of had an idea. So in the back of my mind, I kept thinking, I want to do something so special for her. I just want to wow her socks off. So as soon as I got the text message on Valentine's Day that she was engaged, I promptly wound up some yarn that I had already had sitting and ready and waiting. And I decided to knit her a legacy piece. And what she is holding up, she got in the mail this Wednesday and about fell off her chair when she called me.
Yeah, I was bawling.
I know.
I had to compose myself before I could call you. Then I started crying again.
So it is the Evenstar circular shawl. And it's a lace weight. I used one of Webb's yarns, and I can't remember off the top. It's on my project page if you guys want to go and look.
Which she didn't even put the project page up until yesterday, right?
I didn't. I have kept photos. She had no clue. And don't you guys remember I kept saying, gosh, I'm struggling. I've got this one shawl I can't finish. Well, I had been simultaneously knitting this. So I wanted Emily to have an heirloom
confused. Yeah, I was totally confused that whole time when you were knitting your mom's shawl, because I was just like, this is not like Steph. Like, is she in a knitting slump? Well, maybe it's just because it's gardening season. That must be it.
It was all I could do to just the hard part was keeping it quiet.
I know.
So that is, like I said, the Evenstar Shawl, and it's meant to look like a sunflower in the center, and then it spirals out into all these different details.
It's like cathedrals at the end.
It is. And there is an applied edge, which means you cast on 16 stitches and then you knit the front side of it and you pick up 1 stitch from the working part of the shawl, and then you knit the back side. Then you come down and you pick up 1. And each one of those has 5 cream colored pearl beads on the edge of it.
It's just so beautiful.
And
you were nervous about the beads, right?
I was nervous about the beads. I was nervous about the color, because when you're knitting for wedding, you know, some people have a white dress, some people have a cream, a vintage tint. They are so
all
varied,
over the place.
so varied. So I kept asking Emily, hey, Em, what does your dress look like again? Send me a picture. And I swear she probably thought I had lost my mind.
Yeah. Because I was just like, you've seen it. Why is it such a big deal for you to see it again? And then I kept on thinking, I can't bring it out because you know,
I knew
Jeremy's Jeremy's around nonstop. And I'm just like, he can't see this.
So, I know.
Yeah.
So that was and I told Emily I was sending a treat in the mail.
Yeah, and she told me it might be yarn. And I was like, why is she sending me yarn? She knows I just bought. I was like, she knows I just bought a ridiculous amount of yarn from our friend Jamie.
I know.
If she's buying yarn, she should buy it for herself, for heaven's sakes.
So the idea behind this, because I have seen Emily's wedding dress, and when you all get to see it, you will see why it's going to be so perfect with it.
Yes.
The idea was I wanted her to be able to wear it as a veil. And this type of a veil is not going to go over the head, but it will tuck behind her hair. I have some pearl clips that go with it. And so it'll just kind of flow down her shoulders and over her back for her wedding. So
here is Karen of Round the Twist.
Yep.
Wearing Leslie from You Don't Call Me Les and the Knit Girls.
The very same shawl.
I want to do that exactly. Yeah. Now her dress is white, and it looks like the Evenstar is pretty white too. But
yeah, and I remember Leslie talking about it's really difficult to get a white in yarn because a lot of naturals are a bare cream. Well, when Emily
practically bleaching what they have to do.
Oh, very much so. And when Emily showed me the picture of the shawl next to the dress, I was so shocked. It was as if it was the same fabric color. I mean, it was unreal.
Yeah. I mean, the colors are seamless, like literally as if it came from the same place that you bought them as a set.
Yeah.
And
I was shocked.
What's even more beautiful is that they're both lace, but they're very different types of lace. So this one's a more flowery one. My lace is very different from that. But they play off each other in such a romantic way.
I'm so excited. I kept telling her, I think I'm more excited than you are.
Well, okay. So guys, the whole reason why I wasn't as excited and why I put up that thing on Instagram and then I kind of went off the grid because work has been insane. Like the past 2 weeks, I've been working at least 10 to 12 hours a day.
Yeah. You've had quite the time.
Yeah. And then I felt really bad because I really wanted to engage with everybody who was messaging and everything like that. Because Rachel, why in the world did I call you Rachel? Stephanie, I don't even know where that. Oh, I must, because I'm thinking about work and my work kind of bestie is Rachel.
You're good.
Yeah. But because Stephanie deserves all the accolades that you guys are pouring on her. She so does.
Honestly, guys, when you have the opportunity, number one, I think it is so special to knit for a knitter. Mm-hmm. But secondly, and this is going to be, Emily and I are talking about a question of the week, and we want you guys to engage with us. Mm-hmm. When you get to knit something that is truly a legacy piece, and you get to think about that person, if you're a believer of any kind, you pray over that. My love, hope, joy, tears, all of that went into that shawl for her wedding, for this new marriage, this unity. That's where the excitement was.
Yeah.
And it was just so cool to be able to share it with her.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you guys, if you want to comment below, our question of the week is, what, if you have or have not, what is the legacy piece that you've knit, and or what piece would you like to knit as a legacy piece? And we want to know.
Yes, exactly. Because we were thinking about this beforehand, and I was like, well, I guess my legacy piece is my first wedding shawl. And guys, so here's something else, but I want something else to be my legacy piece. So I'm thinking about that too.
Yeah.
First off, this is the second Evenstar that Steph has made. I just want everybody to recognize that. And for most knitters with a capital K, one Evenstar in their lifetime is like the highest achievement. No, she's got two. I mean, people give up.
Anyway, I just had to throw that in there for any of you guys that are local or plan on coming. I'd love to just say hi and meet you guys. So
yeah, maybe okay. If some of you are planning on going, you can private message Steph. But she's got, like we have already said, Farmstead Knits on Instagram, but she's very active with our Between Knits and way more active than me.
Just let me know, guys.
And she can arrange it.
Fun.
Yeah. Because wouldn't that be lovely? Because I think it is Lala and Leslie. Are they going?
They typically go. Again, I don't know what.
Who knows?
I haven't talked to the girls lately, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I was impressed though with myself, and I'm not saying this to toot my own horn at all. I was shocked that I got it done in 2 months.
Yeah.
With knitting other stuff to try and pretend like I wasn't doing it.
Unbelievable.
It was so fun, guys. It was so fun.
Yeah.
You know.
So,
and forgive me this week. I don't know if it's just the weather or allergies. I lost my voice earlier this week, so it doesn't quite, it's almost there, but it doesn't, it's not, it's my Debbie Moore voice.
Show off your guilty pleasure that your hubby brought you.
I did. My husband stopped and he got me a diet Dr. Pepper. So,
but hey, that'll wet the whistle, and you constantly need to be drinking at the moment. So,
oh gosh,
yeah. So, but I just want to say that the other reason why I didn't engage too much is because my uncle, who I loved very dearly, but who I hadn't been able to see since COVID started because he cares for my cousin, or he cared, I now have to say, for my cousin who has diabetes really bad, who has lost her eyesight and lost some limbs. So we all had to be very careful not to actually go and visit them.
Right.
At one point we were bringing them meals, but my brother was doing it and he was just leaving it on the porch and running away. Mm-hmm. Well, about 4 months ago, that uncle, another aunt and her husband, and I think a cousin, they all got COVID at the same time. All were hospitalized.
Wow.
All recovered, they said, and went home. And then Uncle Tom passed away.
That's hard, you know, and this has affected so many people, so many families, individually, personally, you name it. It's rough. And I think we should take the time, you know, for those who have lost family members or friends to this. It is devastating. There's no two ways about it. You know, the loss of a life, regardless, is a sad thing. But, you know, to lose it so drastically, because I had asked Emily, I said, was this from an ailing element, you know, that he had been, you know, they knew it was coming. And she said, no, it was very sudden. And so, you know, I think for anybody, that's difficult to handle.
And that's something for people to be aware of. I know we've got a few listeners who have had COVID and are still, they're in that camp called COVID long haulers. And I really ask that, and that's what Uncle Tom was in. They believe he passed away because of the effects of COVID. Now that's 4 months later. And he just could never breathe afterwards. Like he couldn't do it. And so I really ask that you guys be very careful. You long haulers, please, please, please do everything you can to advocate for yourself with your doctors. I know that there is a COVID long hauler support group in the United States. I don't know if they're international, and I've forgotten the name of it. But
would you be able to put that in the down bar so that if people were interested? Okay, we'll do that.
I'll totally find it, because there's people who are who were personal trainers and incredibly fit and in their 20s and now are in wheelchairs after they've had COVID. people on feeding tubes afterwards. So we need to be aware of this. And sorry, my eyes just keep leaking.
It's all right, girl. You're speaking to the choir. We all have our days. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah. I was telling Steph that I got the news yesterday at noon. No, 1. And then I started a training at 2 p.m.
So as you can imagine, that was not as easy as, most people would think, on top of work. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I didn't let the people know that I was training, that I had just lost a loved one. Yeah. But during the whole thing, I could feel myself shaking and I kept losing words.
Yeah.
And I felt, and it was such a serious subject that we were talking about, but that's how shock and grief is. You get racing thoughts, you lose thoughts, you can have physical reactions.
Well, on top of the fact that you're educating people on a subject right at that moment where you're on and doing what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, you've got other focuses. Yeah, it's a lot. Emily has had a long week.
I really have. So I told Steph this too. I said, I got done with work yesterday about 6:30, and I'd been working since 7:30 that morning.
Easily.
And I hadn't been able to have a break. So I'd only had breakfast. And it wasn't that I hadn't been able to have a break, people. It's just that when I get into a project, I get into it and I lose track of time. And the only reason.
How many times do I text and say, have you had lunch yet? And
exactly.
Emily says, no, I'll go right now.
Yeah, she's got to remind me. And so the only break that I had was what you guys may have seen on Instagram yesterday morning. Yes. I took Watson for a walk for about 15 minutes. And then I took him to get groomed. I even asked Jeremy, because when we made the appointment for him to get groomed, I had the lady on speakerphone. Mm-hmm. I put it right into my calendar and Jeremy was right beside me. The lady said the 27th. Well, I get there and they're like, yeah. And they said, oh, you were supposed to come last Thursday. So you were a no-show, so we can't take you. And I was like, excuse me?
Come on, people.
So they, after a little bit of arguing, they're allowing me to come back next Thursday. But that was my only break yesterday. But anyway, and then after work was done, I just told Jeremy, I can't do anything. So we used that excuse to get our favorite Chinese place.
Hey, there's nothing. Every once in a while, everybody needs a good excuse for some good food, I think.
Exactly.
So you want to hop into Purls real quick and we can talk about our beginning of our next, well, it's not really a cowl, it's a swap.
Yes, please do.
So as of May 1st, I'll put my knitting down so I can focus. As of May 1st, we are opening our I get it wrong every time. Merry Everything and Happy Always in July mini skein swap. And this is in the Ravelry group for Between Knits and Purls over in the group. And there'll be a thread and it'll be open. I want to say probably 2 weeks was what we gave it last time. Give people enough time to get in, say what you're going to do. We haven't talked yet about if it's just within the United States or if it's domestic because of the situation with mail. Mail is hard enough right now within the US. We may open 2 different threads, one for within, one for without. We'll kind of deal with that as it goes. Once it closes after the 2 weeks, Emily and I will go ahead, we'll draw names and we'll pair people up. We'll give you till the rest of the end of the month to where you can text message or find them on Instagram or however you want to contact them, get to know them. It's kind of just a way to meet other knitters in our community. And then the fun begins. You get to package up all your mini skeins. We only ask that they are packaged in a way that you cannot see inside of them so that it's a surprise. You get to open it up each day. And then go from there. And of course, all the rules and all the guidelines for what, go into it'll be in there and you guys it's super fun. You guys will have a blast doing it.
Yes. And as far as I know, because I've not received messages from anybody saying that they cannot get on there, or they're not getting on Ravelry. But it, just in case any of you feel like you don't want to get on Ravelry, but you want to participate, simply email us betweenknitsandpurls@gmail, going across your screen now.
Yep.
And we're
happy to add you into that as well. Yeah,
exactly.
We don't want anyone to feel left out because they don't use a specific platform. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think that's going to be
looking for that. Way. It's going to be fun.
Yes. Yeah. And then as soon as that swap ends at the end of July, we're going to roll right into our knit along, which is the love note being knit with. Excited. Yes. With a mohair and a fingering weight held together. Yeah. So we're announcing it now so that you have a few months to get that together. Yeah. I've got some mohair that I think will be perfect to pair with my newest M1 yarns. And I have a thicker weight mohair, so I won't need to add to mine. I've never seen a thicker weight. My mom sent it to me, and she sent me like a whole sweater's quantity. Of course, she's like, let's do the love note. So she'll be knitting along with us too. I wish I had it with me. I'll show you what it is next week, but it's a thicker mohair. And so you don't have to add the extra skein. So it's going to be super airy and lightweight. And I'm pretty excited. That's lovely. Yeah. And I will say that I have knit one other, my weekender, that I knit almost 2 years ago now. It's been that long. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I will say, so that one, because that one was knit with my DK hand dyed that I dyed along with a strand of mohair together. And it's absolutely gorgeous. However, it is so hot. Yeah. So I'm actually nervous about the love note, except for two things. It's knit with lighter weight yarn, and the gauge is so much airier. So I feel like this one for a mohair sweater will be a lot better. Again, still, it is a sweater, even if you just wore it in the fall and winter, because it was warmer, and that's fine too. But I'm just excited I've never knit a sweater out of mohair, and I'm excited to try it. Oh, it's fun. I'm so excited. Yeah. I will say the one thing that I'm not looking forward to, that I never truly enjoy, is holding two strands together, because it just always turns into a mess. Yeah. So if you guys have some yarn management suggestions, that's another thing you can comment below about when you're holding two strands together. So there you go. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. So those are the things coming up. So be looking for, actually literally go sign up. Yep. I think it's now, right? Yeah. Yep. I think is tomorrow. Is there 31 days in this month? No. Well, I'll put it up tomorrow. It'll be up. Yes. It'll be up by the time you guys see it, because today is another very long day for me. So I'm not even going to attempt to edit this until the weekend, which is obviously tomorrow. Yeah. So there you go. Awesome. Are you wearing any hand knits? I think it might be too hot for you. It's a beautiful 72 degrees out. I'm not wearing hand knits today. Oh, see, I am wearing my very old, from Old Navy, chic sweater. I'm telling you guys, I got this in my early 20s, and I'm gonna be 40. It's super cute, right? So it's too baggy on me now, but I don't care. It's super cute. Okay, I'm wearing my crayon socks that are Hermione's everyday socks. There you go. Yeah, very cute. Before I forget, I will be attending the Kentucky Sheep and Fiver Festival in Louisville, Kentucky. And for those in Kentucky, it's Louisville, not Louisville. Actually, no, I think it's in Lexington. The actual event is in Lexington. But I will be attending, and it is outdoor, open air. I will still be in a mask. I am really excited about the idea
of a fiber festival, guys. For us who have enjoyed going and haven't been able to do that in so long, this is so exciting for me, like super exciting. It is May 15 and 16, so it's a Saturday, Sunday event. If you're in the Lexington area, I would love to say hi to you if you are there. I'm going to take as many pictures as I can for Emily because she's so bummed she can't be with me. Maybe next year.
I know. If it wasn't for this dang wedding. But no, okay, you know what? We're gonna say not maybe next year. We're doing it next year. Okay. Yeah. Because I've always wanted to go. I've heard amazing things. We talked about this last time, but
it is so fun. And again, this is an open air. They have it in these big barns, but they're all open. And so you have your vendors inside, and then there's outside, tent vendors and things like that. But they actually bring the llamas, the sheep, the alpacas. So my whole family will go. There's enough for my little girls to like go and pet the animals. So they're excited too.
So my dear.
Yes, ma'am.
What's on your needles?
I am currently knitting a sock.
No way.
Can you believe that? What would life be if I did not have at least one sock on the needles?
I don't know. I would not want to live in that world.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my goodness. So here's the second sock. This is the second sock. I did finish the first one. And this was the leftover. I say leftover. It was the remaining part of the last skein that I only used just a smidge for my last sweater. And then this greeny bluey, it was just a scrap from something else I had. So I just thought, purple and green, why not? Yeah, that was fun. And then, I've just been, carpool pickup and whatever else I'm doing, just knitting on my sock. So.
Which you did. Oh, this is totally back to life events, but do you feel comfortable telling about today?
So I had the privilege of going to my daughter's school. Emily was just dying, and only in Kentucky, folks, only in Kentucky. The 3 kindergarten classes had a miniature Kentucky Derby parade, and each kid had a stick horse, and they made they call them silks. They're jockey silks. They had made t-shirts, and then all of them had decorated hats. My daughter borrowed my royal blue fascinator with the feathers, and oh my gosh, it was so cute. And then they raced. They did a race and they ran around, and so of course I went and got her red roses and handed her her bouquet of roses, and it was so funny. It was so cute.
Oh my gosh. I just love the image of all of that.
They're all kindergartners, so they're running around. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I mean, they're not even. It was funny. They weren't paying attention. It's kindergarten.
Yep. And it honestly, that seems like the kind of thing we need right now. Like being outside, gathering in a very joyful fashion.
Well, they actually brought out all the other classes, and they made a huge circular perimeter on the big field. So that all the kids could see it. It was super cute. Oh, it was so cute.
I just absolutely love that. Oh,
sorry. I didn't mean to make it all about me, but it was very cute.
No, I asked. It needs to be about you. I mean, I was crying earlier, so you get that.
It was darling. It was so cute. But and then the other thing I've been knitting, and I have got to tell you, I told Emily about this. I started the 30 minutes of knitting a day. I love
with Crazy Sock Lady, right?
Yes. She's not like running anything official, but she just posts it. And I had wanted to do stockings. I have an entire set of stockings for my immediate family and extended family, but they are knit in Aran weight. So they are huge. My girls joke and they jump their little bodies in it. I mean, they're that big. So trying to fill them at Christmas is a joke, right? Mm-hmm. So I really wanted to do some of Ursula. Okay, remind me of Ursula's name. She
thinks she can.
She thinks she can. There you go.
Yeah.
She thinks she knits. Oh my gosh.
That would be actually a really good one.
Wouldn't that be cute?
For a designer.
Ursula's stocking patterns are second to none, you guys. I cannot encourage you more. And she has, I want to say she's got like 7 or 8 different patterns, some in fingering weight and some in worsted weight. So depending on what you want to do. And so I decided to do 30 minutes a day. Hashtag.
It's so beautiful, girl.
Guys, I'm so excited. And I'm shocked at how much gets done in 30 minutes.
Right?
Seriously.
And it's such an addicting knit, isn't it?
And I will tell you what, her charts, her pattern is literally like a check off. I put a little box, you do this and you check it off. You do this, you check it off. Now go to this chart. I cannot recommend I mean, she's so well done with her patterns. Yes. But seriously, and I'm giving myself 6 months to get 4 stockings done for Christmas. And I think that's totally doable.
Yeah.
Totally. This is, I'm using the Knit Picks palette, which is what she calls for in the pattern.
You're using the exact color she calls for, right?
Yep. So I think it's smoke, the bear, and then the pimento is the red. But guys, I love it. So much fun. So.
Yep. And the design that you chose for this first one, which is this one yours, or whose stocking is this one?
Probably mine. I'm trying to think. This is it snowy? I should look it up right here.
I couldn't remember if you were doing the cabin or if that's Kay who's doing the cabin.
Okay, I'm going to show this part. Hopefully I don't show anything I'm not supposed to. There.
Oh yeah, you're doing the trees that I did for Jeremy. No, for me.
Snowy mountain stockings right there.
Yes.
My husband picked the one that has the truck with the little Christmas tree coming out the back. And then I think the girls, one of them likes the gingerbread girl, and who knows? I mean, again, they'll pick whatever they want. But
well, be prepared. The truck one has really long floats, and you're going to get really nervous.
That's what you said.
So
but you use that tuck behind thing that we were talking about.
Nope.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I used that on my sweaters, but on that one, I didn't know about that yet. And I'm thinking about it. I don't know that that's going to be what you want to do, because we talked about how fingering weight with that method kind of shows. So we need to figure out before you, because that one you're doing right now, you don't, well, the trees are a little bit far apart.
But the floats aren't bad.
Yeah. But the truck one, we got to figure out the floats and how to catch them on that one. So
we'll stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Honestly, once it was blocked out.
You said it blocked out pretty good.
Yeah. I don't feel like the floats show. I would show you guys, but we put away all the Christmas stuff, and now all the Christmas stuff is in the storage unit. So it'd be,
you're
big
good.
thing. I'm proud of you.
You're so sweet. But I would encourage anyone to try just that. Pick one project, 30 minutes a day on it. Guys, you will be shocked how fast it goes.
Yeah. Do you have a set time that you do that?
I'm just trying to do it in the mornings. I'm not setting a specific time, but a morning knitting, so that whether I've got to run around, do something else, get other things taken care of, it gets done, and granted it is, I say only 30 minutes, but guys, I'm shocked at how much gets done. Really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
now, are you also doing that on the weekends too?
If I can, yeah. Just again, I'm not being rigid with it, but I really enjoy it,
Yeah.
So other than that, I am gearing up to participate year 2 in Crazy Sock Ladies Sock Camp. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I am team cuff down.
That's a smart pick. Yes.
Honestly, I think that argument goes back to, how did you learn to knit socks? Because if you learned toe up, or if you learned, you just gravitate toward it.
Yeah, I learned, now that I think about it, I learned top down. Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah.
And I can do both. I have done both. I always go back to the other way. And I think it's just because that's how I learned,
Toe up makes me nervous. I always feel like I'm not going to get, you guys, I can't show you because I've got a mystery knit, but it is my wedding socks, and they are toe up, and I'm loving the pattern and the knit, but I've been so nervous about the fit. I kept on, because it's toe up, so I kept on trying it on, like this is way too long, right? I'm not doing this right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah. Which stay tuned for next week because we will be featuring a indie dyer that we are over the moon excited about to share with you guys. So keep that back in the back part there.
Yes. Yes.
What about you? What are you knitting on?
Well, so most of the things I'm knitting on, I can't show because we've got that mystery one. And then I'm doing a test knit for Monster Knits that I was thinking was going to be my wedding shawl, but then this showed up.
It could be your reception shawl.
There you go. This will be my veil.
Yes.
Definitely. Yes.
And then reception shawl. There you go.
Yes. And then the reception shawl. So I can't show that either because she's required us to not.
Can you tell us what yarn you might be using?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Don't show us the project. Just show us the yarn.
I am using my beloved from Jamie.
M1
Yarns. Yep. Actually, I don't know what color she called this. I didn't check.
I didn't see a color name, but that doesn't mean she didn't name it already.
Yeah, because I know she named my variegated one.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Let's see. Lean Mean Machine.
Nice.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, sorry. That's the base. And colorway is Secret Forest.
Ooh.
So, there we go.
Yep, there you go.
And for this is a massive shawl. Okay, I guess I just gave away the secret sauce, but it's a shawl, but it's amazing. And she says you need a little bit more than 3 skeins. And I'm like, uh-oh, I only have 3 skeins. So
just knit tight.
Yeah, I really hope this works out because the way it's constructed, I don't know how I'm going to incorporate another color. So I might have to
just
order another one just in case.
See how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah. But Jamie's really good. Like she'll be
totally the colors turned out beautifully.
Right. So here are, I mean, I know, oh wait, should I wait until we're now going to do
tossing wool.
Sort of. I haven't finished my knits, but so my tossing wool is all of my M1 yarn. So we've got teddy bear.
Oh my gosh.
I've got a sweater's weight in that. Wait, right? That sweater quantity?
I think you do. Yeah.
Yeah. And then a blushing bride.
Oh my gosh, guys. So cute. Yeah.
And I've got 2 skeins of this, but I'd also skein this up for another. So this is Wedding in the Woods.
Yes.
Which everybody, Jamie says everybody is going crazy for. She's
I wonder why.
So many orders, right?
Yes.
So my thought process is that for Blushing Bride, I want to knit my love note out of that and hold it with this other mohair that I have, which I will look literally like an angel.
It's going to be gorgeous.
So can you guys see? Wait, how do we do this so that they can see what's on here? Do I need to just insert the picture? Maybe I'll insert the video inside.
I think it's because it's the white yarn in the back.
Okay. So
maybe try that.
This is my other Wedding in the Woods all caked up.
So gorgeous.
Yeah, because I was going to start knitting the quill shawl. But I guess I'm not at the moment.
Well, and it was so funny because Emily would text me, well, what do you think about this shawl? What do you think about this shawl? And I'm like, oh, let me find you a different one. Oh, let me find you what I had to pray it off.
Why does she keep doing that? Doesn't she want me to knit a shawl?
No.
So my glass etching is coming along. I can't show you the stuff I'm doing for the wedding, but I did this one. And like I said, I'll put up a picture of it. So this is a finished object.
That's cute.
So I'm finding unloved vases or containers, and I'm finding them new life with some glass etching. So I'm currently on the hunt to find this for Stephanie so that I can send that to her. I'm so nervous about mailing, but Yeah. I have had a few people already ask me if I would think about doing some custom things for them just locally. And I know I can do that locally because I don't have to mail, but
yeah, that's a good idea. Start with the local stuff and see how it's received.
Yeah. You wouldn't think glass etching is a time-intensive, laborious thing, but it turns out that it is. So, so I was super exhausted when I finished that, but
it's really cute though. So how about your knitting?
Yeah, so I am currently knitting my Once and Floral sweater because I just need something that's thoughtless? No. Mindless, thank you. And I have figured out, so I am decreasing the body. I ripped the whole body out
a
couple months ago. And I recalculated out that I actually need to knit to decrease down to the smallest size.
Okay.
So I figured that out. So every third row I'm decreasing, and I've got my...
Does this have waist shaping in it at all?
Nope, because it's technically a design for men. That's
what I thought. So it's a boxier fit. Okay.
Yes. So I'm creating that, and I've lost a little bit more weight, so I'm actually really nervous now about the bust even. So I'm thinking I need to put this on waist yarn soon and find out if this is going to work. Because otherwise I might have to start from ground zero, ripping everything out. But it'll be okay. I've learned so much about Fair Isle and catching floats that I also honestly wouldn't be upset to start this over because my floats are not the greatest in here. I mean, can you see that?
And again, you want it to be something that you're going to want to wear. If it's not that way when you're knitting it, we all know we're not going to wear it,
Yes, exactly. And then my Muck boot socks for Jessie.
Yes.
Look how long her feet are. They're almost done. I literally just have to Kitchener that one, and then the first one will be done.
Now remind our viewers what you did additionally for the heels and the toes.
Yes. So I don't, have you ever heard of a 2x2 ribbed heel flap?
I've never done it. I've heard of it, but I've never done it.
Okay. So I didn't even bother to look it up. I know how to do a heel flap. I know how to do a turn of the heel. So I just did, I picked up mohair and I did the heel flap and the heel turn with mohair held with this, which was actually a little bit difficult because these are US size 1. This is sport weight yarn, add in mohair, and we're talking about almost DK.
Yeah, that's going to be a tightly knit.
Yeah.
Which is good because as that wears, it is really going to have some sturdiness to it, and it's going to do what you wanted it to do.
I really want it to be bulletproof, and you can see that this is bulletproof. I mean,
so cool.
And then when I got to the toe, oh, by the way, this is I marked my heel with the Watson. Keeper that Steph sent me for Christmas. I don't know. I think this teacup must have been in one of our swaps, but I can't remember who gave it to me.
Yes.
It's so pretty.
I need a good one. I don't even have one on mine right now. How ridiculous is that?
But I'm doing that. I'm keeping meticulous notes, but I'm also marking key areas since I'm making all this up. I need to remember for the second one. And a few people have asked me if I would write this up when I'm done. It's nothing, honestly.
More recipe style.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously it'll be a free pattern, and we'll probably put it up on our blog as well as in Ravelry so people can get it. But then again, I've knit the toe with mohair. So
I think that's going to be so extra super warm in there too.
Yeah, I can't wait. It literally flies off the needles, but there's been so many things on my needles. It's really, and we're not even talking about old whips, guys. We're just talking about like this year whips almost.
I know.
And then lastly, I made some headway on my Alaska, my second Alaska skirt. So
yes, you did. Look at that.
yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm still excited to see those colors on you when it's all done.
Well, there you go. What do you think, guys?
You know what I mean.
So
you remind me of Stockinette Zombies when she puts her project bag on her.
Yeah. We're funky people. But did I lose some stitches? No, I'm good. So that's all that's on my needles, guys, right now. Well, that you know about. Like I said, I've got mystery knits too, or secret knitting, or whatever you want to call them.
Huh.
So, and those are going along really well. I'm surprised at how far I've gotten.
Yeah, I think they're going to be fun.
Yeah. Okay, we got a little more time, but we're doing great. So, do you have any tossing wool?
I do, but I can't show you because it's related to next week. So, that's how that goes. Nothing new for me. Like I said, as it gets warmer where we live, I tend to just start doing small projects. I probably won't do any more sweaters for the summer, at least, until come fall, things like that. So I'm kind of gearing up. I want to do like 3 project bags and get all my yarn for my socks, my needles, just kind of piece them all out so it's ready to go. Just, knit a couple on here and maybe do 2 cuffs over here and just kind of get it all ready for summer sock camp. So
yeah, there you go. So all of those 3 projects would be socks.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Again, when it starts getting like 90 and it's hot,
yeah,
you don't want something sitting on your, and some days I just have to come inside and knit because it's too hot outside. So
yeah. Well, and then I was on Ravelry earlier this week updating my projects.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I know. Which I was texting you saying
she's been doing good, guys.
Yeah, I've been doing really good. But I was like, I thought I got more done already this year. But I've been doing really good. I've gotten 3 sweaters done.
I was just gonna say, but think about the size of things that you have knit. Yeah. You knit 3 sweaters. That's
going too far. I need to decrease here. So, the last thing here, I'll show you guys one last thing. We mentioned it last time. Keep everybody company, Steph, for just a sec.
Oh, will do. And don't forget, guys, this week, we really want to hear from you guys as far as what either you have knit as a legacy piece, or we're calling it heirloom. What have you knit that is an heirloom piece, or what is something that you want to knit, and what's the pattern? We want to start some conversation about that so we can, maybe for those people who haven't really thought about it and want to do something, let's get some inspiration.
Yes. So one last thing, and then we'll sign off.
You bet.
So this is all that's left of that secondhand store sweater.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So this is 75% wool, 85% wool, 15% nylon. I spent an entire day picking this dang thing out.
Yeah.
And it was a nightmare, guys. A nightmare. And so I don't know that I'm ever going to do this again. But
was it pieced?
Yeah. So that's going to be the thing. I've learned my lesson. When I'm at the store, like for the 2 cashmere sweaters, I tried one cashmere sweater undoing it. And that was they're both pieced as well. It's not working. So I'm not going to unravel the other cashmere sweater. I'm just going to give it to one of my nieces for their birthday because they would look stunning in it. But this one, there's lots of breaks in it, but it's going to felt like, spit splice really well. So what I've done is I've just done very loose, and that's not one. I've done very loose slip knots wherever I had to join so that whenever I do knit this, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got 4 skeins of DK weight, almost sport weight, but I think it blooms into DK.
Yeah.
This is enough to, I don't know, but it's something. It's not enough to do a sweater.
No.
But
you could mix that with any other, like a charcoal natural color, or an undyed like cocoa brown or something, and do a really nice natural looking shawl, or
that would be lovely. Yeah, because this is very rustic feeling as well, which I really love. So I've got these all ready to go for when inspiration strikes, but that's it. That's awesome. So if there's any recommendations about who to watch on YouTube for recycling sweaters, I'd be open to that, because it's not something that anybody up here typically does. I don't know where to put things anymore, so I have no space. But that is our tossing wool, and I believe that is the rest of today's segment, today's show, which will be a nice and short and sweet one. I'm proud of us.
I know. We kept it on track.
We did chat for like 35 minutes before we started recording, so that might have helped.
And we got our talking out ahead of time.
Yep. So guys, thank you all for joining us. And remember,
until next time, don't forget,
life happens between knits and pearls.
Bye guys. Thanks again.